Parliamentary review of the Jamaica Teaching Council Bill continues. The bill seeks to ensure all persons who teach are licensed and registered to do so, and covers individuals in private and public settings. Representative of private tutors and homeschooling parents, Maurice Saunders, told members of the committee many instances in which neighbors conduct summer school or older children act as tutors, and these practices have been successful and should not be interfered with.
Not to interfere in the arrangements that they make privately with students and parents for private extra lessons. Let us look a little bit at the background to the issues and the problems. So we have the issues, and you have heard the recommendation. That is the short of it. But as I listened to this debate, to the discussion going on, I felt moved. I gave it more thought, and more ideas came to me.
Mr. Saunders, who's also an attorney, says the restrictions the bill places on extra lessons by untrained teachers could also breach the constitutional right to freedom of expression, thought, and exchange of ideas.
But the requirements of the Act, when contemplated against the background of constitutional freedoms and rights, infringe against any of the freedoms of the teacher, or the parents, or the child. Let me just pause to say, I've been speaking of child, but there are mature students in tertiary institutions who also seek, get, and benefit from extra tutoring in a private arrangement. I'm speaking of those also. Even if you do not share the view that there are or maybe some infringements, we are convinced that this requirement in this context is contrary to the spirit. Let me emphasize that. So we're not saying with any certainty, we can't say with any certainty, that this involves the infringement of the Charter of Freedoms and Rights, but the whole spirit of it.
But Member of Parliament Natalie Campbell-Rodriguez disagrees with the suggestion that persons who homeschool children should not be required to be licensed.
Of course, all teachers are licensed. And then for tutors, post-primary, because I'm 100% against untrained teachers teaching at the primary level, and early childhood. So anything primary and early childhood, I am 100% against untrained persons in those areas, because that is when our children learn the basics of learning more than anything else. And to have an untrained person, I think is wrong. But let us talk now about high school and above. I believe you should have the certification where you can show your card, I'm a trained teacher. And you have another certification or another card which says, I am a tutor.